He left her pregnant at 21. 18 years later, their daughter, Sophia Brooks, takes the stage at a national science summit and her father finally learns the truth. This is a story of heartbreak, resilience, and the power of quiet determination. Follow Sophia's journey from a tiny apartment in Greenville to national recognition, and see how honesty, patience, and love can heal even the deepest wounds. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more emotional stories that will inspire you to never give up. Lillian Brooks was just 21, living in a cramped Manhattan dorm. Her life split between fashion classes by day and a second-hand boutique job by night. She had dreams bigger than her tiny apartment dreams of seeing her designs on runways and red carpets. Money was tight, but her heart was full. Then came Alexander Reed. At 27, he was everything she wasn't: successful, confident, and magnetic. With a Wall Street reputation and a sharp mind that could read people like ledgers, they met by chance during a rainy Thursday evening at the boutique. Neither was supposed to be there. Yet somehow, a conversation sparked, playful at first, and by the week's end, they were inseparable. Late-night drives, jazz clubs, and long talks about dreams. They shared everything, as if their souls had known each other before. When Lillian discovered she was pregnant, fear gripped her, but so did a sliver of hope. Alexander had often spoken of a family someday. Perhaps this was destiny nudging them forward. She told him immediately, voice trembling over breakfast in his penthouse. Alexander looked at her, silent, and asked for time. The next day, he vanished. No calls, no messages, no explanation. Only silence. Unbeknownst to Lillian, a letter had reached Alexander, cold and calculated, claiming the child was not his. The signature was hers, or at least it appeared so, but it was forged by his mother, Victoria Reed, a steel-willed woman who ruled her empire with precision and would not tolerate what she deemed a distraction. Alexander believed it, or chose to. Lillian was left alone, pregnant and heartbroken, faced with impossible choices. She could have ended the pregnancy, returned to school, and tried to move on. But when she heard her daughter's heartbeat, she changed her mind. She sold her sewing machine, found a tiny apartment in Greenville, and braced herself for the long, lonely road of motherhood. Sophia Brooks arrived one bitter January night, tiny and perfect, eyes dark and deep, Alexander's eyes. Lillian named her Sophia and vowed she would never feel abandoned. Even if the world conspired to make her life difficult, life was a constant struggle. Lillian worked double shifts, pieced together meals with coupons and hand-me-downs, and made sure Sophia felt loved, even if it was on a diet of sacrifice and determination. Every milestone was recorded, every sketch of future fashion designs, preserved in a worn leather notebook. Despite the hardships, Sophia thrived. By age 2, she was solving puzzles faster than her peers. By elementary school, she was recognized as gifted, her curiosity boundless, her mind brilliant. Lillian, exhausted but proud, guided Sophia quietly. She may not have had money, but she gave wisdom, love, and an unwavering belief in her daughter's potential. They spent hours in the local library. Sophia devoured books far beyond her grade level, absorbing knowledge like a sponge. Teachers noticed her aptitude. Mentors were impressed. And Lillian kept them grounded, instilling resilience alongside brilliance. By 17, Sophia had become a quiet prodigy. Her focus and work ethic were unmatched. She had developed a low-cost, eco-friendly water filtration system designed to help underprivileged communities. Her research, meticulous and innovative, earned recognition locally and eventually nationally. Invitations poured in for science fairs and summits. Yet Sophia remained humble, grounded in her mother's teachings. It was at the National Youth Innovation Summit in Chicago where fate intervened. Sophia presented her project with clarity, confidence, and passion. She had never left Greenville before, yet she navigated the grand ballroom effortlessly. Judges, professors, and investors crowded around her, impressed by her ingenuity. And then he saw her. Alexander Reed did not usually attend youth events. His world was boardrooms and billion-dollar deals. But something, a tip, a curiosity perhaps. An unnameable pull brought him there. Amid the clamor, a familiar figure held a quiet presence in the corner. She spoke with intelligence, grace, and calm authority. And those eyes, he froze. It was impossible and yet undeniable. The brown eyes so familiar, staring at him without knowing who he was. He stepped closer, heart hammering, each detail confirming what he hadn't dared hope for in 18 years. Sophia Brooks' daughter, the child he had abandoned, unknowingly deceived by a forged letter and a manipulative mother. He watched as she explained her filtration project, eloquent, precise, unstoppable. He wanted to call out, to run to her, to explain everything, but fear held him back. Would she understand? Could he ever make up for lost time? Lillian watched from a distance, her presence silent but protective. The years had made her cautious, wary of men who claimed love but abandoned promises. After the summit, Alexander did not leave. Instead, he orchestrated invisible support. Anonymous funding for scholarships, mentorship introductions, research. Grants all carefully arranged so Sophia could succeed without ever knowing her father had stepped in. Every news article, every award, every recognition became a private penance for the man who had walked away. Weeks later, Sophia's curiosity and deductive mind led her to discover the truth. She pieced together the anonymous donations and support. Hesitant but determined, she sent a cautious message. "I know who you are. I know what happened. I don't know what I want yet, but I think we should talk." Alexander read it, heart pounding, hands trembling. He had no words, no grand gestures, only the opportunity to be present. For the first time in 18 years, he allowed himself hope. They met at a quiet park. Spring's first warmth carried the scent of new beginnings. Neither spoke at first. Sophia's eyes held caution, curiosity, and a subtle expectation. Alexander offered honesty. No excuses, no rehearsed speeches. He admitted fear, pride, and the long-lasting consequences of absence. Sophia listened, not with anger, but with the quiet patience of someone who had survived without him. Lillian remained distant, observing silently. The conversation was a start knot. Reconciliation, not forgiveness, but understanding. They spoke of dreams, books, and laughter. They spoke of small joys and the hard-earned resilience that defined her. Months passed. Their meetings were careful, respectful, building trust brick by brick. Alexander never demanded recognition or a title. He simply showed up. Slowly, the bridge between a father who lost years and a daughter who had built herself from scratch began to form. Lillian watched as her daughter learned about her father not as a man who abandoned her, but as someone trying to make amends. The climax came at the National Future Science Awards. Sophia stood on stage, poised and brilliant, receiving accolades for her groundbreaking research. Cameras flashed and the room erupted in applause. Her mother and father sat in the front row, witnessing the fruit of 18 years of perseverance, sacrifice, and determination. Sophia acknowledged them silently, her smile radiant, her presence commanding. After the ceremony, in a quiet hotel room, the three of them shared a simple meal of takeout. No fanfare, no speeches, just laughter, tentative conversation, and the beginning of something fragile but real. The past was not erased, but a new chapter had begun. Lillian opened a foundation for young single mothers. Alexander established a grant for underprivileged youth in STEM. Sophia embarked on her MIT journey, brilliant and unafraid. They were not a perfect family. Some wounds would always linger. But through honesty, patience, and effort, they had built a bridge over years of absence, testament to the resilience of love and the courage to begin again. In the end, was not redemption nor perfection that defined them. It was presence. It was effort. It was the choice to keep showing up, no matter how long the absence had been. And sometimes, scars were not a reminder of pain, but proof that light had found its way through. If Sophia's story inspired you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing real-life journeys. Share this video to remind someone that it's never too late to rebuild and find hope.